This will be the first time that we get our canoe from the shed that we built, which is very, very exciting. There she blows! No formal packing quite yet. Just a matter of squeezing everything in a handful of bins and loading into the fit. Now our car has a little hat. So we're just leaving Kitchener now and we're headed to Guelph to meet Isaac's parents and to finish up packing. Our much anticipated Algonquin spring paddling trip is finally taking place. So this is kind of the beginning of a really epic 8-day journey. Stay tuned for more, right, Isaac? Oh no! The clothes are one thing, but food is quite another. All hands are on deck. There are dried meals to prepare, final touches to make, and barrels to pack.
Gotta pack the food barrels. My favorite part, I think, because you always get it wrong. Because you try and segregate it so that it's like first few days in one barrel, last few days in the other. So you don't have to open one for several days, but you always end up opening it day 2 because you forgot something. No way around it. So you do your best, but it's just the way it is.
So the next phase is to finish packing. So this room is going to be filled with a bunch of gear.
Now the formal packing begins.
This room has slowly and surely become an absolute disaster area. Isn't that right, Isaac?
It's not a disaster, it's organized chaos.
The worst part about trip planning. Wouldn't you agree?
No, it's not the worst part.
You love this.
Great.
No, it's not.
I think we finished packing for the night. We're gonna make lunch and then go to bed. Predictably, I already forgot something. I have to borrow a puffy coat because this May weather has thrown me off, and I guess I just thought I didn't need to be warm, so we all do it. We've started packing up the van. The plan is to head out later this morning. It's a little bit rainy and we're kind of hoping the sun comes out to shine a little later, but fun is finally beginning. Last but not least, the canoes.
All right, Isaac, how are we looking?
2 thumbs up, ready to go.
Yeah, ready to go?
Yeah, canoes, they're on there.
Exciting.
We're locked and loaded.
Oh.
Our trip begins in Lake Opeongo, a 4-hour drive from Kitchener. We are greeted with rain, light traffic, and of course, a coffee stop.
I got my Tim Hortons. I have my coffee. I can survive now.
Vanessa, is that coffee working? Not working? You need more coffee?
I snoozed right until we cruised down Highway 60 and to our put-in on Lake Opeongo. It was looking a little windy out there.
So we made it. I just changed all of my layers because the wind off the lake is pretty chilly. But once you get moving and with your life jackets on, it'll be pretty warm. Hopefully Opeongo isn't raging. We'll see how it goes.
Just finished unloading the car, getting the canoes loaded up, but we gotta have lunch before we hit the water. It's not looking too windy, so it's a good day to be on Opeongo.
Lunch was tasty but brief.
We're about to leave. We're waiting for those slope right there. They're so slow.
And we're off from Opeongo store, and our first destination is the north end of Opeongo, where we're portaging up into Proulx, however you pronounce that lake, and that's where we are for tonight. So it's about 5-ish hours probably of paddling and a couple of portages. So pretty easy day, pretty moderate wind on Opeongo. If it were much windier, it would not be a fun paddle.
Let the record show that Mom and Dad are not slow.
We're just up by Bates Island, and the plan is to paddle up Windy Point, which I'm going to assume is very well named given the reputation this lake has. It's my first time paddling at Opeongo, but Isaac back there has been on this lake many times, isn't that right?
Yeah.
Let's see how windy it's gonna be. So we can see Windy Point. It's in the distance at about 11:30. It looks very far away, but we'll get there eventually. And then after that, there's more of Opeongo paddle. So we've made it to Windy Point. We're stopping to have a bit of a snack and a water break. And then we'll decide what our next steps are to get to our portage. Right, Isaac?
Well, we've already decided our next steps. We just have to do them.
I see. And there's a canoe somewhere back there that has 2 dogs in it. And I want to be their friend. So I can make friends with the dog. Because that would be pretty great.
Chad's out.
Isaac, where are we going now? Fish Island, which is way over there.
We just passed through the West Narrows, and so that means we're more than halfway across the lake, and we're heading for the Proulx Portage, which is, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 kilometers up ahead.
We are supposedly at Bannock Island. However, there is a discrepancy between Isaac's map and Mom and Dad's map, and who are way back there, which is a Jeff's map, and we trust it better. So hopefully we get to our portage shortly here. Isaac is at 1 or 2 portages. There is also some contention there.
Or 1.
1 that you could make 2, right?
If you have a cart, it's 2. If you don't have a cart, it's 1.
And it's 1,400 meters, so pretty girthy one, but nothing we can't handle. The lake calmed as we reached our first and only portage of the day. Smooth as butter, right to the first landing and into the arms of a little baby turtle.
Who was in this pack?
Yeah, look at you. Yeah, hi. The cutest little dude I've ever seen. We have just completed our first half portage. Mom is back there. We dropped off our gear after 5 minutes, are now walking back to collect the other half. And then we walk 10 minutes, I guess, until we bump into the boys again. We're currently walking on an esker, which is a very fun geographical feature, which gives me some joy. Overall, pretty well walked portage. Nothing too tedious. We can see a glimmer of water. Oh, I think that's Isaac and Dad. Almost there. Give or take 20 or 30 minutes, our canoes finally touched Proulx Lake. We saw a forest chicken. It was pretty neat, but then it ran away like a chicken.
Did it run or fly away?
It ran.
Wow.
It didn't fly.
Huh.
Thought it was odd. What are we doing next?
We're gonna go find a site to stay at tonight.
Wow.
Yeah, hopefully a nice one with good tent pads and nice and sunny, and a good fire pit for Dad to rebuild.
Nice. We are headed to that campsite right there. We'll see if it's the winner for tonight. We have decided that this is our campsite for the night. Tent setup is always a breeze. We know our tent inside and out. Home sweet home. All set up and good to go. Now that tents are set up, it is time to go collect some firewood, because we need that to get dinner going, because we're cooking on the fire. And I guess we can check out the poop chute, the Thunderbox, and see how it is. We like those good quality ones, but sometimes that's not in your favor. Pretty top tier quality poop chute. There's a grouse nearby, you can hear it. But it looks like it's at least a couple seasons old, and it's pretty well dug out, so pretty sweet. That's a bonus for this site.
You're a little late to the firewood collecting game.
I already collected a pile, but not hardwood. I knew that you were gonna come straight to where the hardwood was.
Yeah, you gotta collect a big old pile of hardwood.
Dead standing stuff. The remainder of our evening was comprised of scribbling in our journals, reading, preparing dinner, enjoying the lakeside views, and munching on chocolate.
What was that? Just the most stellar sunset to end day one.